Hey, Chris Zaldain, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro here, hanging out with Michiana Outdoors, and I don't know if you guys heard or not, but that Spinbaits the deal. You know, I just got back from Lake St. Clair up in Detroit there, and this bait was literally brand new when I was there, and 3 days later, 30 smallmouth later, here it is. We're on Kentucky Lake, throwing it out, having a good time with it. But if you haven't heard, these Spinbaits or Spinbaits, they're the new, basically the new suspending jerkbait, and keep that to yourself. But you know, I got to give credit where credit's due. A lot of my buddies out in California pushed this thing on me for quite some time now. Brandon Polnick, another guy on tour who has been playing around with this thing for a long time, and he's the smallmouth guru. But we've been playing around with this thing, and it's very unique. The way it's weighted a lot like a suspending jerkbait, but it's got a little more weight in the belly to it, and it's got these two bladed propellers on either end, almost like an old school torpedo or nip and ditty, something like that. But it works underwater. It's subsurface. It's not a topwater lure. It's something like a soft stick bait, but in a hard bait version. And what it does is, as you reel it in just like a swim bait. These props on the front and back, they spin, and when they spin, it creates a disturbance in front of and behind each and every one of those props. And the way that these baits are made, it just creates a nice little shimmy. It's almost like reeling in a jerk bait without the big giant bill up front, and it stays completely horizontal. When you kill it, it falls just like so, and it drives those big smallmouth crazy. Like I said, I was just up there at Lake St. Clair, and I could not keep them off of it. You know, and the secret's getting out, of course, but I just like to, you know, hit a few points on it and let you know what I think about it. They're awesome. You know, Megabass makes a good one, Duo makes a good one, Jackal, you know, a couple of Japanese manufacturers make them out there, and they're just awesome baits, awesome finishes, of course. And you know, it literally is a cast out there and slow retrieve it back. It's just like a little mini swim bait. It works best, I think, in the summertime or in the fall when the bait's real small, and when those big giant smallmouth are chasing upwards, you know, not down at gobies or not down at yellow perch, but when they're chasing little bait upwards, and when they isolate those little pieces of bait all throughout the summer and fall, that's when that thing shines. And smallmouth, as we all know, they're sight feeders, so a little morsel like that is just so appealing to them. The absolute, you know, the thing that you want to be cognizant of is when you're throwing these Spinbaits is the line size. Believe it or not, that's the most important factor. Do not throw anything over 6-pound test line. I use a Seaguar Tatsu line, fluorocarbon line. It allows it to sink, and it just does not restrict that bait or those blades when you're reeling it in. I use a 7-foot shaky head rod by Megabass. It's got a real moderate parabolic bend to it, almost like a crankbait rod. When that fish eats it with those small hooks, it loads up real nice. You land those fish every single time. So 6-pound fluorocarbon line, not braid to fluoro, just 100% fluoro all the way down. Seaguar Tatsu, 2500 series spinning reel, Shimano Stratic, and a 7-foot shaky head rod. Tie one on and have a blast.